Welcome back again, and today we are going to discuss teaching word knowledge. Teaching word knowledge is very necessary. The reason is if you teach that the word great means something that is super. Then when someone asks you how do you feel and you answer, I am great, they may think you are arrogant. Sometimes you must teach the relevant word and later teach that it means something else in a different context. When teaching word knowledge vocabulary or terms, you must remember the following. Teach the word's meaning or meanings in a sentence or by itself to prevent confusion. Teach where the word is specific to a certain style or meaning. Teach the word's common collections. Teach, if possible, the relative frequency. Teach the most common phrase associated with it. If you teach all of these aspects of word knowledge, the meanings can be realized receptively, in listening and reading, or productively, speaking and writing, by the students. Any subsequent test should take into account the multidimensional character of the student's word knowledge. Measuring word knowledge. Another approach to evaluating what the student has learned is by measuring the following 3 areas of knowledge. Lexical density, measure the proportion of content words in a text. Content words are words that carry a high information load, such as nouns, adjectives, and verbs. If a student writes with a lot of these words, they are proficient in writing. Lexical variety, measure the different words in a text. A high proportion of different words is indicative of a high vocabulary level. Lexical sophistication is assessed by counting the number of relatively infrequent words in a text that fall outside the 2,000 most frequent words. To measure a student's ability, have them write a short essay of around 100 words and then take percentages based upon the amount of words used. The reason you want to do this is because you need to know their level of reading and writing. Students will only be able to speak as well as they write. Their vocabulary will be the same. This is very necessary for future lesson plans. Take for example, you give a reader to the students and they are buried in a dictionary to look up more than 50% of the words. If this is the case, the reader is too hard for them. You must replace it with an easier text. I once looked at a student's workbook because I noticed every time there was a reading exercise she would open her dictionary. When I looked at her workbook, it appeared to be an art book with words and arrows pointing at words in the text with definitions written by each arrow. Each page was loaded with at least 50 explanations. This student spent more time looking up words than reading. When this happens, the students actually never read a word of the text. They only look up words and then say they are done. The students must be reminded reread what the assignment once they have completed looking up the words from a dictionary. In general, when you grade their papers, add up all the nouns, verbs, adjectives, and adverbs. What percentage do they add up to? Were the words big or small? Did they use everyday words or beginner words? Take this into account and find readers for them that they can better understand. Thank you for being here. I hope to see you next time. Cheerio.